Welcome back. I'm obviously Tangent. This is the Art versus Science channel. Obviously, we've had a big gap in the videos, which is not good for a new channel. However, there have been several completely valid reasons why. Obviously, the Easter long weekend, happy holidays, everyone. I was partying a lot. Also, I had a hardware failure where it was for another industry that I'm involved in, and it was absolutely critical that I fixed that as quickly as possible. And then obviously, by the time I got back ready to do the video that I was planning to do, the AI had everything in AI had moved so fast that it was no longer relevant. So my planned video was out. And I know this sounds like a string of excuses, and there was other reasons as well, but it's all good. We're back now, and I'm basically just doing a quick video. You'll notice that this is not a specific episode number. This is just updates and news. So just like, because I know that with a YouTube channel, if you lose momentum, you can easily just drop off. So in terms of just the motivation to do it and the scheduling. So let's get straight into it. We're basically doing, it's still this series, 30 AI businesses in 30 days, but we're doing a special little one just to get back on the flow state. Updates and news. So I found this new workflow agent, agentic workflows called MindPal. I think it's very, very, very awesome. It's really good. I really like it. It's really easy to use. You can see there are two that I'm building here. They're not quite done, but they're getting close. You can see it gives you like this little gamified checklist, like, oh, you built your first agent. So it's completely free. And they actually give you enough credits. See, I've only used 5 out of 100 credits. So this place actually gives you enough to properly try it, which is the next thing that I want to whine about over here, is that over on GenSpark, I'm pretty sure I'm not getting daily refreshes anymore, which is really frustrating because I just wanted to keep testing it to see whether I wanted to buy it. So with AI, I think they need to give you enough credits to test it properly. Otherwise, they might as well just not bother. They might as well just make it completely behind a paywall. But if I just type anything in here, like, who are you? Pretty sure it's gonna, uh-oh. Whoa, they gave me more credits and I just wasted it on the most basic prompt. Since we are talking about prompts now, so that's made me look foolish. But the last few times I tried to use GenSpark, it wasn't working. So that's great. We can get back into trying to one prompt stuff. Hopefully that didn't use too many credits. I'm not even sure where you check that anymore, but it's all good. It's all good. I'll start one prompting that. The next thing, that's a good segue into us talking about this. I decided that, you know how we had these prompts, these test prompts, and this matrix effectively of all the different AIs that were heading towards becoming agentable, like being able to use them as an AI agent. This was getting too complex with too many different categories of different things trying to achieve. And I decided that because of those limitations that we just talked about, where some AIs, you get them and they give you limited opportunity to use them. And also just with so many new AIs coming out, we can't just be running hundreds of prompts. I decided to simplify it just to these basic ones, and obviously we'll build on this and we'll modify them to improve them. But it basically starts off, this one's the ultimate one. You have to ask this. Who are you? Then list your capabilities. Then there's a more detailed version of that, which is probe your own capabilities for the things that require you to be an agent. So this one here, list your capabilities and demonstrate each of them. It gives the AI the opportunity to kind of demonstrate its own capabilities, and then this one actually dives in not only to the things that are required or that I require for it to be an agent, but also it specifies the things that I want it to probe and check. And then this is a new banger that I came up with. It works really, really well. It reverses it and it asks basically the same thing but in the negative. So it's saying, given the abilities that you have listed above, list what you cannot do, even if the items in the list may seem obvious. What are the primary causes of those limitations? So it's going to hopefully come up with, and by the way, that has worked really well. If you want to steal that for testing your agents, that one's really good. And then the next is, what would be the easiest way for us to address these limitations to maximize your general capabilities? So you can see that all of this is in the direction of assessing the AI agent's self-awareness and its ability to know what it is capable of, because obviously that matters heaps for when you then go and ask it to do it. If it doesn't, you can give an AI agent lots of tools, and if it doesn't know that they're there or doesn't know how to utilize them, then it's irrelevant. So these are really good stepping stones to not only build, to find out what the AI is capable of, but also to work out how to maximize your experience of using that AI and that sort of thing, and see if there's a way. For a lot of AIs, you can actually work to make them even more powerful and even more capable. So we'll build on this. Obviously, this will get more and more complicated. I can go back to that other list and find other things that would make good steps. But the whole point here is we're going to end up with one ordered prompting list. So then it's lightning fast. When we get a new AI agent, we just hop in here and we just smash as many of these until it runs out of credits, and then wait for the next day and continue the mission. So that's it. We've got that new list. I'm pretty excited about that. I was using it on, what was I using it on? Oh, I was using it on Claude Desktop. Because Claude Desktop, there are a lot of things that can be considered to have pretty good agent ability right now, and Claude Desktop is really good. So the king is still probably GenSpark, although we do have a new competitor, which is something else we need to talk about. So I don't even have a tab for it. So the tabs that I normally use so it's called Deep something. It's Deep Agent. It's Deep Agent by Abacus. So we'll pull this one over. So we've talked about MindPal. I really recommend that. Super easy workflow. By the way, with MindPal, so actually there's two reasons why we need to actually now jump over to the Telegram. So over here, this is the sort of value that you get. And I've warned you guys before that in the Telegram, when I'm not able to make videos, if there's something that's really important, something really critical, alpha, or just news that's really important to know, I always drop it into the Telegram as soon as I'm aware of it. So if you're following this channel and you like what's on the channel, you really should be in this Telegram, t.me/art versus science AI. And wait, no, just art versus science, actually, sorry. Art versus science AI is the YouTube channel. Here, t.me art versus science. Cool. So I made this really large post up here that goes through all of the AI agents and their general AI assistant benchmark. So this is a benchmark that effectively assesses an AI's ability to do agent type stuff. That's why, like, AI assistant agent, it kind of almost synonyms at the moment. We're going to have to tidy up that language in the future though. So they've got this benchmark, but what you'll find, see this note at the bottom where it says these Gaia leaderboards seem to only list pure LLMs. So most of like the really powerful agents that we've got so far don't make it onto those leaderboards. They're only assessing LLMs, not composite, these agents like GenSpark and Manus and all of that, where they've effectively pulled together all of these different tools and that. They're not seen as being a pure AI. But by the way, that's actually what gives its ability to be more like an agent, is the fact that it is this cobbled together patchwork quilt of AIs and AI tools. So anyway, Deep Agent claims to be a higher GAIA benchmark than all other agents so far, although they don't have a formal benchmark yet. They don't have a formal benchmark result, but they claim that they're the top. So I put them at the top of the list. Then, as you'd expect, GenSpark is next at 87.8%. I should just round that to the nearest percent, but whatever. Then you've got OpenAI. Again, they don't have a formal result, but they claim that they are similar to GenSpark, so I've put them in there. Then you've got Manus is only 1% lower. So look, OpenAI might actually be below Manus. That's OpenAI Operator, by the way. That's that one that's started off being really super expensive. I don't know if it still is or not. Claude 3.7 desktop. Again, it's the GAIA benchmark, not stated, but it's really good. And then we just go into a bunch of theirs. You've got this one that does have a benchmark H2O, but because the benchmark's 75%, I've put it below these ones, which I predict that they're going to be higher than that. And then the only other one that we've got a number for is this one called Trace, spelt with an S, and that's 67%. So look, I think once you're kind of going below there, anything, especially because we've got ones up here that are almost 90, they'll be lucky to even be on future lists if they don't step their game up, because it's like we can't be messing around with like wasting our time with ones that are that far behind. And then anything below that, it's just, we're not even going to consider it to be agentic. So there's that. And then the other thing, by the way, other people are contributing in here as well, giving links and cool stuff. There was I think it was a Stanford lecture that one of the lads put in here. It was really, really, really good, a really good watch. And so then in here, I'm also got a post about the AI workflow tools. So these are workflow programs or workflow software, mainly cloud-based, that have some kind of AI integration. And I started making this list myself, and then I was like, hang on a second, I'll just make AI make the list. And so AI made the list. And here are the top 4. These theoretically, according to the AI, are in order of ease of use: Zapier, Notion, TaskAD, so Task ADE, and then MindPal. But I would actually put MindPal as the easiest. But the point that I wanted to make, and that's why I was coming here, is MindPal actually lets you can communicate with other AI agents. So you can actually have a step in the workflow that actually taps into a Zapier agent. So you could have an agent set up over at Zapier that has its 8,000 plus tool base, and then a step in your MindPal workflow that just taps that for whatever it is, whatever tool that you need that thing to use. I know that sounds a little bit clunky, but it's just that everything about MindPal is actually just easier to use. By the way, their AI that sets up the workflow for you as its initial step works a lot better than anything I've seen. Most places have got templates or an AI thing that doesn't really work properly. So this, rather than using like looking for a template that's close to what you want, you just tell the AI what you're doing and it goes, okay, I'll create this workflow for you. So MindPal, really good. So if MindPal wants to sponsor the channel and give me just sponsorship by access, then I think that would be quite beneficial to both of us. And so we've got here, yeah, so you can also call, so you can call Zapier to get 8,000 tools. And I think, that was the next thing I want to talk about. Yup. So, that's right. Okay, that reminds me. I'm so glad that has reminded me. This is why I haven't started using their Abacus's Deep Agent, or whatever it's called, is because they want a credit card just to be able to use their free trial. And I hate that. That's a deal breaker for me. I don't like it when that to me, whenever I see that, it's a red flag. It screams to me that they're going to do some shady stuff where they don't tell you your trial is over and then they're going to start banging your credit card. It's like, why do you need my credit card for me to do a free trial? It doesn't make any sense. Like, you get it at the end if I decide to use it. So that was a deal breaker for me. So that means that GenSpark is still the king of, by the way, they haven't proven that they're better than GenSpark yet. So GenSpark remains the king, particularly for people who want to be able to try these things for free. But just be aware that this one is claiming that it's going to take the crown, right? We've got, so yep, that's that. I've got a pro tip for you for Firebase Studio. So Firebase Studio is neither of these. It's not agentic workflows and it's not an AI agent. It's more like, in fact, let's not even categorize it. It's just they claim it's like having a full stack dev for app development, right? And what you need to know that makes a world of difference when you're using this thing is down here, it's got the model that you're using, right? So it starts off with the built-in Gemini model. You have to go and you change that. By the way, to get here, I just started a new workspace because I couldn't find how to get here. So I just started an entire new workspace. But for you guys, if you're using it for the first time, you're going to be landing in a new workspace, right? New work environment. So start a new workspace or just start, and you click on there and you go Gemini 2.5 Pro Experimental 0325. That's the best model so far. You put your Gemini API key in here. If you don't have one, there's a link there that takes you straight to where you get it. It's free. You put your key in there, and then there's no enter, there's no OK button, there's no submit, there's nothing like that. You just put the key in, and then you come back down here, click the fold down menu, and click Gemini 2.5 Pro again. Once the API key is in the box, that will then recognize the key and work. So it's a little bit clunky for noobs maybe if you don't know what you're doing or you don't know that's how you do it. So that's why I thought I would include that in this episode. It's very important. It makes a massive difference in how well it works. And then you've got your AI full stack. You've got your AI full stack developer for applications like mobile apps, and I guess web apps as well. I just always first assumed it was mobile. It's probably both. So regardless, that's pretty cool. What's next? Oh, I thought I would tell you guys, this got my hopes up. So I saw that BotPress, which is one of the other agentic workflow tools, has got Telegram integration. Now, something that you guys might have seen in my MindPal workflow, see this here, Telegram Alpha Scan. I'm creating a workflow in MindPal that I want it to go to the Telegram groups that are public that I tell it, and I want it to go through, I want it to look at the last however long, say 24 hours or 48 hours or last time we checked amount of messages, and use AI to effectively give me a summary. So instead of me sitting there reading through what's happened in Telegram to try and get the alpha, I want it to just go and do it for me and give me an AI summary, right? Perfect. So this got me really excited because I was like, okay, cool. I'll create that in MindPal, use a connection to this thing if it's got the Telegram implementation or integration. And unfortunately, it looks like, judging from watching this video and reading this description, it looks like this is more of a chat bot that runs on Telegram. So it's not it doesn't sound like it's got the capability to be able to scan public chats. It's more like you can put your chatbot on Telegram for other people to interact with. And so it's still very cool, but it's not what I need. So I thought I'd mention that, and it's not just Telegram that they claim to have integrations with. They've got all the messaging apps. So they've got Instagram, Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, Slack, and more. So that's pretty cool. Keep an eye out for BotPress. Let's go back to the Telegram group, Art versus Science, to see if BotPress, did it make the list? What the hell, man? BotPress didn't make the list? Are you kidding me? You know, this first list, you'll notice MindPal didn't get on here either. I had to harass the AI. I was like, yo, why didn't you put MindPal? And it said, because I said, give me all workflow tools that claim to have any amount of AI integration. And then I was like, why didn't you include MindPal? And it said, thought you just wanted, the main well-known ones. I'm like, if I wanted just the well-known ones, I would just already know them. What? So anyway, we can go back and we can fix that, but that's cool. So definitely worth joining that Telegram. Yeah, here I even said in the Telegram, I said, I noticed they didn't have MindPal in the table, so I got it added, and I also asked for a column that's like ease of use and deployment. So this is one thing I really like about AI is you can literally just ask them like, hey, make me a table with the results. So it's just at a glance, you can see the differences. You know, when you're comparing two mobile phones and somewhere like GSM Arena gives you literally columns. So it's like CPU, screen, resolution, battery life, like literally you just go stat for stat going down comparing the phones. Well, this is the same except the items are on the side and the features across the top. Obviously, you just choose whichever way you want the matrix to be so that it's the better for however many things you're comparing or whatever, right? And whether your thing is landscape or portrait. So the point here is tables, powerful for comparison. The AIs can produce those quite well. We're in as always in a bit of a limbo in terms of knowing what's the best, but sometimes it's better to just pick something and start using it than to worry about whether you're using literally the best tool because something could come out in a few days that literally just leapfrogs everything. So get started, get into entrepreneurial mindset. I heard an awesome quote that said, "Do you know who is definitely, as a category of people who are definitely, none of them are scared of AI taking their role or their job? Entrepreneurs. All entrepreneurs are like super excited about what's going to be achievable. No one's like, oh no, the AI is going to wreck my ability to make money. They're like, AI is going to supercharge my ability to make money." So be an entrepreneur or be entrepreneurial or start thinking in that way. Start testing the tools out. And that's it for today. I know it's a short episode, 21 minutes. The efficiency bros are going to love it. I'm going to go back to the tabs just to make sure we haven't forgotten anything important. Oh, sorry, there was. I had these open. So she's still dancing. I'd need to check the subscriber count as to whether we need to level up the AI chick that's going to be doing the shorts. We've got, oh yeah, ChatGPT made this cool, look, I said, create image prompt, the perfect logo for an app named Blueprint that provides an AI bot to vet user AI ideas. And it came up with this. I thought it was pretty cool. So that's awesome. Already using that. Rabbit, I don't know why that's open, but we'll continue using Rabbit until they cut me off. And then I thought this was interesting that in the LLM rankings on OpenRouter, yesterday was the first day that the usage dropped off. Now, it's a holiday where it was holidays. Like I think that was actually Easter Sunday. Oh wait, what? Oh, these are by the week. Because that's the April 7, April 14, April 21. So yeah, okay. So these are by the week, and this particular week happened to include, Easter whatever and Good Friday and Easter Sunday and stuff like that. So I wouldn't be too worried about that, but theoretically that parabola of increased usage with that week, it looks like the parabola has broken. However, I think we'd need to wait an extra week given that there was such an extensive amount of holidays within that week. And it's now saying that the top today was 3.7, the top of the week 3.7, top of the month 3. Claude. And then trending GPT 4.1. Now some people were freaking out like, oh, how can 4.1 come out after 4.5? It's not in numerical order. It's like, bro, just let them cook. Do you really need the numbers to be in order? This space everything is so crazy and hard to keep up with. Does it really matter? Just you need to be paying it. This is good. This is going to keep mofos on their toes. So you want that. That's cool. That's cool. That's very cool. GPT 4.1, if you don't already know, is agent focused. It's only accessible through APIs. And then I thought we would also just quickly check the news. Let me just pull this up as well. So here, the news, aitools.gg/news. So ByteDance has an open source multimodal agent. Nice, dude. Nice, dude. So I haven't actually heard of this. UiTars 1.5. I'm going to have to look into that. See, that's why. So that news just came out today. Yo. I'm going to go and look at that immediately, but let's just see. OpenAI practical guide to a tool augmented reinforcement learning. Yes. So see how much of this stuff. So now see with computational tools. So this sounds, so reasoning with tools. So that sounds like agent related. So yeah, you guys can come and have a look at this. aitools.gg/news, and it's got all the latest stuff. That's a banger, straight up the top. Literally, who knows when that actually came out, but I need to look into that immediately. That could be literally open source as well. So that means you can run that locally, and if it is vision language, yeah, cool. So it'll be text and image. Yeah, that's cool. So I think we're going to start to see the space move in that direction, where some of these guys that actually have the compute to be able to create LLMs are actually going to be starting to make, I said the GAIA rankings they are looking at pure LLMs. I think there will start to become pure LLMs that are designed specifically for agent use, which is going to be, that's going to be pretty powerful stuff, because if the base, you get it, right? You get it. So let's get it. I'm going to go and have a look at that. You guys keep it real, and let's go. And I'll make another video. I might make another video today if I get enough through everything that I'm doing. Peace out.